The basic set of LMDS equipment OB is designed for the lift status monitoring and voice communication between the operator and lift passenger, which transfers it to operator's computer via Internet. On the operator's computer, the lift status is presented as a square. If no errors are detected, the square is gray. In case of errors or operator call, the square has the relevant image on the red background. The operator can also observe lift travel between the floors, door status, passenger presence in the car, current calls and orders. Software accumulates lift operation statistics, keeps the lift event register, saves the conversations between operator and passenger. Lift unit is supplied in a box. It contains a lift unit, power cable, cable for connection to lift control station, cable for internet connection, security sensor of machine room, and mating connectors for connection to the lift unit. The lift unit has the features as follows: hold for reset to factory settings, elevator power on button, elevator operation status indicator, main supply or battery supply, USB for lift unit setting, port for service device connection, indicator of control station connection or reporting about errors registered by the lift unit, microphone port, lift operator call button from the machine room, 3 indicators for different operation modes of the lift unit. Connectors: 220-volt connector for lift control station connection, for internet or local network connection. Green connectors are designed for the connection of the machine room security sensor, microphone and lift call button, different additional signals, as well as embedded battery jumper. MAC address and identifier of the device are marked on the top of the lift unit. They are both assigned at the factory and used for lift unit setting and connection. Connect the lift unit to the mains. You can see that the power indicator is on and lights continuously. Error indicator is on as the lift unit is not connected to the lift control station. Use available connector, engine room security sensor, jumper and voice communication module to make an assembly which will be used for the simulation of system operation. The voice communication module is installed inside the car and ensures the connection. There is a microphone and loudspeaker as well as a call button inside the car. The machine room security sensor is installed on the machine room's door and sends a signal to the lift unit when opened. We connected not only sensors and modules to the connector but installed the switch jumper of the lift unit's embedded battery as well. Plug the green connector to the lift unit and disconnect the 220 volts cable. You can see that the indicator started blinking. That means the lift unit operating from integrated battery. To set the software and the lift unit, you need to connect the lift unit to the computer USB port via mini USB cable. Connect the cable to the relevant port at the computer. You can see the lamps start blinking under the plugged connector. Information exchange between the lift unit and the computer is established. After connecting all the elements in such a way, you are able to simulate machine room closing and opening. By pressing the call button, you can stimulate the call from the lift car as well as check voice communication between the operator and lift car. Installing software on the computer. For this, visit lkds.ru website. Switch to the English version of the site. Go to the Software tab. Download software. Start installation. Download the driver for lift unit connection to the computer via USB. Start driver installation. Connect lift unit to the computer via USB cable. Check if COM port appeared in Device Manager. It should be COM port 7. Download the lift unit setting program. Connecting to the lift unit via COM port 7. Enter access key to the lift unit in Inherent Parameters. Check if the MAC address and identifier specified at the bottom cover of the lift unit match each other. Enter the lift unit IP address to the lift unit parameters according to the scheme 192.168.0.1. and data port through which the lift unit transfers data via the computer and voice port through which the lift unit receives the voice from the computer. It is 46000 and 46001 by default. As long as the cable is disconnected, its status is cable off. Save the parameters. Change the parameters of the computer network card according to the scheme. Connect the network cable to the lift unit and to the computer. Update network connection status. Make sure the cable is connected. Send ping command from the computer to make sure the lift unit is available from the computer. Make sure the command is transferred. Start LMDS Pro CFG application. Specify data and voice ports in the same way as in the lift unit. Enter the same key as in the lift unit. Paste IP address of the lift unit and describe the data port and the voice port. Apply this data and make sure that the connection to the lift unit is established. Close all the applications. Now you should describe the geographical position of the lift unit. Download MPod Pro application. To type the parameters, enter the administrator mode. Default password is 123456. Enter the street name. Paste the house number. Then paste the lift itself. Entryway number, lift unit index. The lift unit index should be the same as it was defined previously. Here is the lift unit index. Switch to operator mode. The square is red. That means the lift block has recorded errors. When you open the window, you can see the messages about open machine room and no connection with MCS. If you put a magnet close to the machine room sensor, the message about open machine room will disappear. You can disconnect power cable from the lift unit and wait for the battery power supply status to appear. So, here is the status and the message that the lift unit has switched to battery power supply. Plug in power cable to the lift unit. Make sure the battery power supply status has been deactivated. Switch to administrator mode. In the general parameters of the lift unit, select the voice operation mode through the computer sound card. Return to operator mode. Press call button on the lift unit. You can see an icon. Click it and open it. The lift unit direction can be switched by the left control button on the keyboard. You can also check the voice communication with the car. switch on the connection with the car. At this time, the voice will be transferred through the voice communication module. Thus, we have set the LMDS equipment for LAN operation. The lift unit can be connected to the computer not only via the local network, but also via the Internet, particularly via terrestrial Internet. It is provided by a router with a 3G modem. The modem has a SIM card with a tariff that enables data exchange. The router is connected to the network, the modem finds the provider network and signals about it. Remove the LAN cable from the computer to the lift unit and plug it to the relevant connector of the router. Disconnect the configuration cable from the computer, connect the computer to the external fixed Internet network with a static IP address. Change the way of data transfer from the lift unit to computer. Use 3G Internet as an access point for the lift unit and wire access points with a static IP address as an access point for the call room. Enter the parameters of call room's access point to the computer network card. Enter TCP/IP4 protocol parameters specified by the provider. Check the correctness of the entered data. Make sure that you have connection to the Internet. Visit lkds.ru. Connect the router and computer. Download the lift unit setting block program. Connect via COM port. Select DHCP connection type in Inherent Parameters. Save. Make sure that the lift unit received the IP address from the router. To ensure that the lift unit can transfer data to operator's control room with the dynamic IP address, enter the operator's control room parameters in the lift unit connection tab, or describe the connection. Previously, we were describing the connection of the operator's computer and the lift unit in the computer. This is how it looks. In this case, you have to lead the connection directly to the lift unit. This number is identifier of such connection. Let's put it here. Data port and sound port are the same as specified in the computer's inherent parameters. IP address is the static IP address of the operator's computer. Save. As long as you don't know the IP address of the lift unit, remove it in the software settings of the operator's computer. Enter 4 zeros. Save. Apply the parameters. This is what you will do next. The lift unit is the first to transfer data to the computer. With this, the computer's firewall may prohibit passing of such data. That means you need to change the computer's security settings. For this, add the application in the control panel in Windows Firewall settings in order to bypass such protection. Add the application that is situated in the installed distribution kit on disk D in LKDS Pro EN folder, LKDS Pro folder, application LKDS Pro. That means you have added a rule to the Windows Firewall exclusions. You allowed the Lift Unit Pro support service to receive data from lift units. Thus, you can see that connection is established. Let's download the lift unit's connection settings module once again, and you will see that this time lift unit has this IP address and can transfer data from port 3582. In the same way, if you activate Operator Control Program, you will see the status of the lift unit and you will be able to deactivate such a status or initiate it again using the machine room security sensor. You can switch on the voice communication. Now you are sure that the connection with the lift unit is established via terrestrial 3G Internet. not linked with MCS status means that the lift unit channels in series connector is not connected to the lift control station. So, the next step will be placing the lift unit into the real machine room and its connection to the control station for real lift data reading and ensuring voice communication.